Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. All I can do is apologize. Apologies for showing this image right off the bat. You guys, we are here to talk about Endgame, or as we like to call it, Bell Endgame. Yeah, the reviews are in, and shocker to no one, they're not good. I find it completely hilarious. I want to have some laughs about this as they continue to deny knowing each other. By the way, this photograph, one of her last engagements before leaving the UK. Who's that in the photo? Omid Scobie. Yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the reviews. Let's talk about the feedback we're hearing about this book. And have some laughs, shall we? Honk, honk, everybody. I'm Jen. Thanks so much for being here. I want to kick off by going over some of the reviews that have come out about the book. And then we're going to get into the good stuff. We're going to read some of the reviews of the people that have received advance copies. Spoiler alert, they hate it too. So let's take a look at what people are saying. All right, I want to start off with this one pulled from The Telegraph, who titles the review, Omid Scobie's Endgame is ludicrous propaganda for Team Sussex. Ding, ding, ding. Hello, that's what we've all been saying. Reporter's much-trailed study of the royal family is laughably partial, devoid of insight, and bizarrely misogynistic. You guys, the quotes I've seen coming out of this book, that's exactly what I'm hearing as well. It's weirdly misogynistic, and I find that so funny. Again, I have to say it's my opinion. It's my opinion that, of course, the wife collaborated with Scobie, and I find it so funny that they're branding it misogynistic. You know, from the one that likes to give word salad speeches, claiming to be a feminist, that one. I'll spare you from reading all of this and just recap it for you. Basically, they're saying, all right, he sold pretty well on the Finding Freedom book, right? The one that I will never stop reminding you all. It's the one that Meghan forgot. I'm using air quotes, think Joey from Friends, forgot she helped on, guys. She forgot. How do you forget you helped on a book? Anyway, he did well with that. So they're painting this like, oh, he saw it as a cash grab. Of course he did. Look who he's aligned himself with. Of course he saw it as a cash grab. That's all those two see things as. Their opportunity to milk, play victim, make money. Then it goes on to explain in detail how he bashes everybody at the royal family, starting with King Charles and, of course, continuing on with William, Prince of Wales, calling him bad-tempered, emotionally volatile, and jealous of Harry. So again, I ask you, who wrote this book? Because that's the same crap that they spewed in Spare. And then taking digs at William's, quote, Stepford-like royal wife. I did a whole separate video on that. Go check it out. I just think it's such bullshit that the wife goes after Catherine. She couldn't hack it as a royal. She couldn't keep up. She couldn't not show her true colors. So instead, she left in the most disgraceful manner. They both did. The most disgraceful way possible. And they're trying to take down the whole of the royal family with them. And the review goes on to explain where the misogyny comes in. And it all has to do with Queen Camilla. And again, I remind you, Spare. Remember, Harry was taking shots at her there. Big shots taken here. I don't even want to discuss this yet. I'll wait till we get into the book to go over it. It's to do with Camilla's undergarments, throwing them on a table. It's disgusting. Again, we'll discuss it when we go through the book. I'm repulsed by all three of them. Then Omid goes on to paint this Disney-esque scene of Harry and Meghan and how Meghan makes breakfast in the family kitchen every morning. I mean, total, complete bullshit. Everything, I mean, it's all lies. If nothing else, that should tell us that that's a lie right there. There's no way. There's no way. She can't even be around them, with milkshakes. She's never around those kids. Anyway, let's keep on with the reviews because they get juicy from here. New York Times did a piece, and it wasn't good or bad, but there was one funny line I want to call your attention to. It's right here. It says, readers hoping for a final death blow of gossip will be disappointed. We've heard much of it before, from Fergie, from Diana, from Charles, from Harry again. I don't know why that just struck me particularly funny. We also heard it from the wife on the podcast as well, and Oprah, but I like that very much. Harry. And I went over to Goodreads. Goodreads is a website that lets people review books and really get into conversations about things that they like, things they don't, that sort of thing. At the time of this recording, this book has a 2.21, which is being pretty generous on Goodreads. And so I thought we could take a look at some of the reviews that are being left. Now, people had received advanced copies of this thing. That's how come they're able to go ahead and complete the review this quickly. Let's take a look at what they're saying. I'm going to hit some of the highlights here, or lowlights, if you will. Will here, our new friend, new Drunk Goose Club member, Honk Honk Will, gave it a 1 star and says, Omid paints a one-sided, biased picture of the royal family, presenting Harry and Meghan as victims of a ruthless institution while portraying the rest of the family as uncaring and prejudiced. Scobie's narrative is heavily skewed toward Harry and Meghan's perspective, relying heavily on anonymous sources and unverified anecdotes. That's exactly what I heard as well. It's a lot of the same stuff. To me, it screams of, and we'll get into it when we actually go over the book, it screams of Meghan trying to rewrite history on things that have come out about her time there. So, again, relying on anonymous sources and anecdotes. He paints the couple as martyrs. Again, haven't we heard this before? Who have been treated unfairly by the palace, while downplaying or outright dismissing any criticism of their actions. The book's title, Endgame, itself sets a tone of confrontation, hostility, implying an inevitable clash between Harry and Meghan and the rest of the royal family. Scobie's language throughout the book reinforces this perception, using loaded words and phrases to paint the palace as antagonistic. Exactly. The only ones who have been antagonists through this whole thing have been, say it with me, Harry and Meghan. Elizabeth says this book is just another sad and pathetic attempt to trash talk good people for profit. Meghan's mouthpiece strikes again, this time with a huge dig aimed at the Waleses and more apparent bombshell lies, as it becomes increasingly more evident and painfully obvious how jealous the Duchess of Deception and her side piece, the whiny, entitled Spare, are of the Prince and Princess of Wales and their ever-growing popularity and success around the UK and the rest of the world. Meghan has painted herself out to be some sort of professional victim in a series of made-up events detailing yet again the ludicrous lies and allegations of the Istwards within the royal family. And then she goes on to say, I'm sure when Meghan fled the UK back to California, she thought she'd have endless opportunities in Hollywood, and that network executives and producers would be banging down the door for a chance to have her star a leading role on screen. It's actually laughable that the exact opposite happened, especially when a Spotify executive publicly labeled her and Harry as grifters after the complete flop and epic failure of her podcast on Spotify, essentially letting everyone in Hollywood know she has zero profitable talent. Ding, ding, ding. Hi, new best friend. Come sit by me. Let's talk. Cheryl gave it a 1 star and said that it was a sad, pathetic little book, which made me laugh because I kind of think of that with Harry. He's a sad, pathetic little man. And on this one by Marie, it says, I received an advance copy. I have to say that I've never read such garbage in my life. The first thing that struck me is there is no balance to this book. Royal family all bad, Meghan and Harry good. That's not an unbiased view, and certainly not an attempt at setting the record straight as regards to both sides. There are 4 proven and documented lies which this author has told about himself, so why would anyone believe the tosh he writes about others? This book was written by a ghostwriter, namely Meghan Markle, who cannot leave people alone and just get on with her life, as should the alleged author. I love that so much. I feel the same way. I don't know how you can be this aggressive toward the family and cry victim at the same time. It doesn't work like that, and yet here we are. It's funny to watch them all fail miserably. I love that the book is getting negative reviews. I find that hysterical, and again, it couldn't happen to 3 worse people. I've said it before. I'm still waiting on my copy from the library, as I will not give them even a penny of my money or any kind of sales, anything. So as soon as I get my hands on it, we'll go through it together. I'm here for it. We will dissect it. We will roast it. That's what I'm here for. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all of you. Thank you to my executive producers. If you want to become an executive producer or you just want bonus content, check it out on Patreon. Patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. That's where I'm doing bonus deep dives, extra content. Sometimes I just sit down with a microphone and record my thoughts on things that I don't necessarily want to talk about here on the main channel. I just put it over there, all kinds of stuff. So check that out. As always, thank you for all the love and support. Of course, we have our merch, not Bloody Likely. I love that you guys are loving it as much as I am. That makes my heart so happy. We also have, of course, Make It Make Sense. Recollections May Vary, all of the things. So check that out. As always, thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting the channel. Check back lots. I hope to get that book soon so we can dive right on in. Have the best day, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.